So we're going to do a little bit of a experiment today, kind of demonstrating the difference between a couple of different types of fertilizers. In these cups here, I've got two different fertilizers that many professionals use for lawn care. The first one is filled with 4600 or urea. Basically, it's the biggest source of fertilizer in any chemical application. This one has no slow release. It's what we used to call white lightning. In this one, it's a typical granular organic fertilizer. It's a 12-2-4, I think, with nutrients derived from feather meal, soy, and I think actually bone meal too. So organic fertilizer, chemical fertilizer. And we're going to demonstrate what's gone wrong with organic fertilizers. So I'm going to dump pretty much the same exact amount of each directly into these mason jars filled with water. And what you'll see immediately, right off the bat, is that the urea, when you shake it up, begins to dissolve right away. It's going to take a couple of minutes, but what you'll find is that urea goes into solution almost immediately. Water-soluble nitrogen. So when you put this on a lawn, it gets even just the tiniest bit wet or watered in, and it dissolves right away. It's immediately available to the grass plant. So with this, you can tell right away, not a lot is happening. This is organic fertilizer. I'll shake it up as much as I possibly can. This is water insoluble nitrogen, water insoluble fertilizer. So if you're out there putting this particular fertilizer on your customers' lawns and expecting them to be pretty happy with the results, you're going to get in some trouble. So again, here we go with the urea. It's actually almost completely dissolved. It's going into solution rather quickly. I did put quite a bit in there, so it's taken a couple of minutes. But again, the water insoluble source of nitrogen has settled at the bottom of the mason jar. It doesn't dissolve at all. It takes months for this to actually break down. If you have no soil biology in your turf, if there are no microorganisms in the soil, this will sit there infinitely. It won't break down. So you've just done a fertilizer application that's going to do absolutely nothing. Over here, it's almost completely dissolved. This is available immediately to the plant, and as a side effect, it's going to leach. As soon as some water gets on this, how much of this is actually going to stay in the root zone of your turf? It's going to end up in surface water. It's going to end up in rivers and streams, not where you want it to be. So organic fertilizer without microbiology is going to sit there. Chemical fertilizer, it's going to sit there and be available, but it's going to leach.